Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Once again with The Last of Us Episode 5 review with Jane Theory.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
I'm so fucking done with this show.
Really?
I am. I am so
Shocking.
done with The Last of Us Part 2, Part 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Post-apocalyptic Kansas Karen is the most ridiculous, pathetic character
Ever.
that would never, ever, in any capacity, be in a position of power or leading a group of people in an apocalypse.
Anywhere, under any set of circumstances.
She is pathetic.
But you see how they set it up, though.
Oh, I know, because this is why I say it's the Last of Us Part 2, Part 1, because this show has been written from the perspective of The Last of Us Part 2, that sort of sensibility. You know, Seattle is a post-apocalyptic trans utopia.
Right.
This is a intersectional utopia. Kansas is a intersectional utopia.
They literally had her take her brother's mantle.
Once upon a time, that was called Stolen Valor.
Exactly. And he was such a better character, apparently, based on what they're saying. He was a better man, a better leader.
Yeah, but they're just like, whoa, I mean, you're his brother, so you're his sister, so I guess you just, is it a fucking kingdom? Is it the kingdom of Kansas?
I know.
Is it royalty? We pass the crown onto you? It wouldn't even go onto her, go onto the, you know what I mean? No,
anybody else should have been leading
garbage.
the guy.
And I was so frustrated with the way that they changed Henry and Sam's story.
I hated it. I hated that part a lot because it's just, they took away so much.
Sam's now a little deaf boy.
Well, they didn't want to appear ableist, I guess. So they inserted some disability.
Why?
Stupid representation.
He's but is it, I mean, this is what I don't get, okay? Well, I do get it. That's just the problem. When you're in a post-apocalyptic world, you know what? You know how we do this? We just go everywhere to start with. Then we start to formulate some, because when you're in a post-apocalyptic world, okay, having a young boy like Sam,
yes,
let's say 10, 11 years old, whatever he is, maybe even younger.
8, I think.
8, yeah, actually, I think they said he was 8. It's tragic enough that he gets bitten.
Yes.
And it's tragic enough, the result of the biting, for what happens to Henry. That is the tragedy of the story. But that's not good enough.
It's not enough, no.
That's not enough, no. And so, and you know, you feel free to come in at me if you, on this one, if you disagree. But I thought they really played on the race card with this.
They did.
Didn't have to say anything about the race, but they were like, oh, look at the poor little black boy. That's what I was kind of seeing with them. It was just like they had to give him an extra level of victimhood.
I think it was that. I think it was that. And this is the thing you see now with how Black male characters are portrayed in particular. I think that they wanted to make them more sympathetic. They wanted to make them more non-threatening because God forbid, because you see that he said that he didn't engage in violence or something weird like that. He has not done anything violent, as opposed to when we meet him in the game and he attacks Joel.
Yes.
But they had to strip all of that away.
And then Joel beats him up.
He does. He wins the fight. But he was scrappy. But they made him basically emasculated. They emasculated Henry and then made Sam deaf. And I think race did have a lot to do with it.
Why turn him into a rat? Why turn him into a rat? In the
so
game,
he could be hunted.
He arrived. Well, but in the game, he arrived with a group of people and they got split up.
Yes.
What was so wrong with that? But now you're just like, this guy's ratting people out to the federal. This is
that's what I didn't understand. I did a whole video on that because it felt like they wanted to have a Black Lives Matter moment. They wanted to have all these white people hunting down a Black guy who's been unjustly accused and whatever by this white woman. Like, that's the imagery that they're including for no reason.
But he says to Joel, "I'm a rat."
He does, even though he then goes back and says, "Well, this is what happened." But you're not a rat. If this is the cause, like, you're trying to save your brother's life.
No, okay, yeah, I that's the thing. That's the thing which frustrates me, because the situation is bad enough. You have this pseudo military organization running the city.
Yes.
Running it with an iron boot. And then you get Kansas Karen take over and do exactly the same as the Federales people.
Yeah.
So
it's just as bad, if not worse.
They were just as bad as each other. You just literally replace one evil with another evil.
And her evil is less justified because she got personal.
Yeah, she got over emotional.
Yes, she did.
We discussed this last time. All her decision making was emotional.
Yes.
And the actress, I saw the actress tweeting out. I got nothing against the actress. Will and Grace, I used to love Will and Grace. But the actress was tweeting out. By the way, I'm a chonk monster. But, Fat Karen running Kansas, don't think so. And she's there on the tweet going, "Oh, she's such an incredible, intelligent woman. She's orchestrated the takeover of Kansas and controls all these people with her brains because she's so intelligent." And I'm just like, no, she's not. She's a stupid, over-emotional Fat Karen who in reality, that guy would have fucking knocked her over the head with a butt, maybe put her just a bullet in her head to get rid.
I think
because she's not, she ain't breeding any kids. So one in the head, two in the two in the chest, one in the computer, and just ditch that. But there's no way in hell. And so having her, and it wasn't just her, but her fucking, apart from the guy with the white hair,
yeah, every
one of her other lieutenants were females as well.
They were.
And it was just like, this is stupid. This is intersectional post-apocalyptic Kansas to go with trans utopia Seattle to go with gay paradise Jacksonville.
Right.
It's like, you cuckers, you have the most insane idea of what you think the apocalypse is. And so we've lost all that edge from the Last of Us game, and it's been replaced with the Last of Us 2 Part 1 on film.
Right.
Because now we're getting the extra victimhood with Sam. Feel sorry for me. We're getting Henry being really pulled back.
Right.
And not allowed to really be Henry until the only bit that I liked really about the episode was the deaths of Sam and Henry, because that was just as tragic, really, as it was in the game. Right. But all I'm seeing when I'm looking at the screen is cosplay. Because I'm sorry, Jen, I'm off on one. I'm fucking off on one.
No, you're right.
At the beginning of the episode, right?
Uh-huh.
Where Henry's where they got the guns pointed at Ellie and Joel, and Henry's just like, look, I'm going to put my gun away, okay? Because we're actually friendly. So I'm just saying, are we all friendly? And Joel's just like, yeah, we're friendly. And he's just like, oh, what's that voice? And then he goes, oh, he's always an asshole. He always talks like an asshole. And I laughed. And I didn't laugh because I thought it was funny. I laughed because I'm like, if that was Troy Baker acting, that would be a completely different Joel.
Yeah.
Joel would be like, because Troy Baker's got range.
Right.
And Pedro Pascal's got none.
None at all.
Zilch. He's a flat line. And Troy Baker, think of him as you want. He's a great actor. And the range that he does with Joel throughout the game is fantastic, and that's why we get so invested in the relationship.
Yes.
And so to have just Pedro Pascal being one fucking note all the time
episode, yeah.
I'm just like, I am not watching Ellie and Joel. I'm not. I'm watching two cosplayers, and I'm just watching Dress Up Last of Us Part 2, Part 1.
That's it. And Henry and Sam, I think it's the same thing. Like, how they introduced them into this episode made no sense for their characters either. They wouldn't have just pulled a gun on them for no reason. The reason they pulled a gun on them is because they were sneaking into their hiding spot. Like, why not just do that? Let that play out that way. So now you have them pulling a gun on a sleeping man, and for all they know, they're his child.
Yeah.
This is what you've done to these characters. It's insulting.
We lose the tension of the van going around, trying to catch them, all that. Because that's been transplanted. I mean, all of that aspect in the game is great because there's lots of rooftop sneaking. They're going through buildings. They've got the bandits in the buildings and all that. There's the wagon, the van outside is there. It's always a threat. It's always it's always there to keep you on edge. And then now we just got that replaced by fat fucking Karen.
And you know what else? I was looking for, that's why I said in my post, like, this is either going to be the best episode or the worst one, because I was looking forward to the two splitting up and having to work together to build that bond and that relationship that makes the ending make sense for them emotionally. But they just abandoned all of that.
We have had so much jumping around in this show. There has been no relationship building between Joel and Ellie.
No.
None. And we're 5 episodes in. We're over halfway through the season because there's 9 episodes. Because they merged the first 2 to make episode 1. And that's where we are. And in the game we had Henry abandoning Joel but taking Ellie.
Yes.
Saying, look, we can't do anything. You got to leave him. Got to leave him.
Yes.
Henry was trying to be, he wasn't trying to be a dick. He was trying to be a pragmatist. But he was just like, I can't look. If I try and help you, we're dead. We're all dead.
Yeah.
Or we got to go. And Joel gets out of that situation, but we don't get that.
No.
We don't get any edge with Henry at all. Henry's just brother of the year, 20, whatever it's meant to be, 23, I guess. Brother of the year, 2023, with his now deaf brother,
right?
Sam. So we got to get the sign language for extra, ESG score.
I think it's just dragging it out too.
Or maybe they just realize this writing for people is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Let's just have him deaf so he can't speak. And there you go. There's one character done. But Sam's a very vocal little boy.
He is. Like, they took all of that away from the actor who, I mean, for what he had, he gave a good performance, but I feel like he was wasted. Both of them, really.
Yeah, I thought they were both very competent actors. And again, I didn't feel like they had particularly anything to work with, because they were now embroiled in fat fucking Karen's Kansas land.
Exactly.
So and then all people are going to do is like, oh yes, but did you see the big zombie at the end? Oh, fuck the big fucking zombie at the end. It's just a distraction to fucking wave away from the fact that they wasted 40 minutes of your life before then.
You did, yeah. All the good parts, the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, the front. I mean, I don't know, because I literally, I was watching this on my TV downstairs, and I found myself just on Twitter. Like 30 minutes in, I was just like, I was out of it, completely out of it.
Yeah. So Henry lost his arc. Sam lost his voice. And did you notice too at the very end? It was subtle, maybe, but I didn't like the positioning of the characters either. Did you notice they had Henry sort of sitting up above Joel instead of them sitting on the floor together?
Well, did you notice that when they were going through the buildings, Pedro Pascal was the only character going.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the only one huffing and puffing. The others were just fine.
Yeah.
Joel's even though he's 50, he's very fit.
Well, he's supposed to be, but of course they decided they didn't want him to be that way. That was not the Joel they wanted. Someone who was, after all these years of being involved in hunting and scavenging and doing all these things, very capable, very fit. They didn't want that portrayal in the show. So
guess not.
No.
But I know where they're going with Joel.
Oh.
And this is all set up for it. This is all
like
set up for it. Yeah, I was watching this and I was just like, I don't watch this show anymore. I'm just so checked out. There was like a couple of nice little bits that they sort of took from the game. They merged with other stuff.
I did like the street fight. I liked
They took that they took the street fight from the game in a way, because there's a segment in the game where Ellie's out and Joel's in the house in the route with the sniper rifle.
Right.
And you got to get all of them back to you. They got to get to the house that you're in while all the clickers are coming. So you got to fire it. So they kind of turned that into the street scene with Fat Kansas Karen.
Right. Who can't even lead her people. Like, she's hiding behind her lieutenant guy. What?
I'm just like, right. This? I'm sorry to be crude, Jane, because I know you're a classy lady. But unless that fucking guy with the white hair was getting the most sensational blowjobs off Fat fucking Karen, then, how am I meant to be buying the fact that he's literally like, I'm going to die saving you. You run, I'll buy you time. I'll be like, fuck you, you fat bitch. I can run faster. And that's all you have to do to survive is run faster than someone else.
That's it.
That's how you survive. How do you survive a bear attack with two people? Don't know. Be faster than the other person.
Right.
That's how you survive a bear attack, because it goes after them.
He gave his life for her.
But he was like, he would have been a much better fucking leader, probably. At least believable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked the look of the mega zombie guy. It looked good. It was practical effects for the most part, from what I can gather. Ripped the guy's head off. I laughed. But I got this feeling. Right? Do you know what? All the way through the show, I have just got the Walking Dead remix.
Yeah.
And Fat Kansas Karen just reminded me of the guy with the eye patch from The Walking Dead.
Oh, what was his name?
I know. The governor or something.
Yeah, the governor.
Is it the governor?
Yeah.
It just sort of, she was like a discount fat Kansas Karen version of the governor.
Ooh, she would be a way discounted. I like the governor.
Oh yeah, it's on clearance next to Rey Skywalker toys.
Right.
And Ms. Marvel toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And purple haired Colonel General fucking what's her name from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
General Gender Studies, that's it. General Gender Studies from The Last Jedi. All there. Discounted, going for 99 cents or best offer.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for with her.
But she was like, when she was we're all over the place. You've seen it, or you don't care. You're just here to hear us rant or to praise it. So it doesn't really matter. But when she was sat in a prison cell and she's like trying to act like hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm trying to act hard with my really squeaky voice and completely unassuming nature.
It doesn't work.
No. I'm just like, and they're all there in the prison's like, I'm like, I'd be laughing. I'd be laughing. And she'd be like, do you want to die? I'd be like, I don't care. I don't care. You're gonna kill me anyway. So what's the point? Look at you. You're a fat discount Kansas Karen.
They tried to make her menacing.
She's about as menacing as a poke in the eye. It was ridiculous. And then they have that scene, the brother scene. You know, let's talk about the brother scene, where she's in the room and she's talking to her lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why do I care? Why do I give a shit? You are not remotely sympathetic, likable, you're laughable. The fact that you're leading is a joke.
Completely.
And you want to give this whole fucking my brother. I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
I miss Michael.
And then she dies like a complete bitch. And I'm just like, again, I'm laughing at her. I'm just like, ah! She dies to a springing kid.
Right.
Boink. Didn't spring on Ellie in the car, but you can spring on her. And it's just, and also, like, I'm just thinking, I'm no military leader. I'm no strategist. I'm no general.
Right.
But if I brought all those people with those vehicles and all those clickers came erupting out the surface, I'd be like, get in the cars and get out.
They were right there. Yeah.
Get in the vehicles and get out. And they, you're gonna lose some people. You are gonna lose some people.
Retreat.
But lose some. Yeah, you need to retreat from that situation, not engage in that situation. But she had such a Woody for no reason. Well, for no justifiable reason.
No.
To keep going after Henry and Sam. It was just dumb.
And the fact that so many people wasted time and resources to do it makes no sense. Why your leader is clearly deranged.
Yes.
She cannot lead you. She's costing you potentially lives for nothing but her own private mission. Why are you following her?
She berates her lieutenant guy at one point, and he's just like,
It's so unbelievable.
No, that's when he just go, fuck off.
He would just
knock her out with the butt of the gun and just drag her out by her head. Just drag her out by her hair down the stairs, throw her into the street. Right. There's a new fucking leader now. Yeah. You keep running. And I'm going to go turkey shoot.
But that's what would happen. Like, this is
an
imaginary world that they've created in their heads. It doesn't remotely match how human beings behave.
No, I could go real dark on how it would really go down.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go there. Because we both know how it would actually go down.
Yeah.
And it's frightening to think that. From a physical point of view for women, and from a just a humanitarian perspective,
right, or
the lack thereof. You don't have fat fucking discount Kansas Karens with her army of fucking middle-aged women, running apocalyptic fucking gangs. Holy shit! Particularly ones which are, according to the actress, very intelligent and are absolutely retarded throughout the whole thing.
They didn't even make her capable. That's what if you're going to make her a leader, at least make her one that's believable in that role. You don't have that. You could have modeled her after one of those Mexican cartel leader females. There was one, they did a show, like a real life one. Model her after her. That woman was ruthless. This one is just an emotional wreck.
Well, after Mama from Dread. I believe Mama in Dread. I was like, I'm going to fuck with that woman. Fucking hell, she's crazy.
No.
But I didn't with Mormor and Dread, you could see, you could see that her guys, they were looked after.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she was and she would talk to them like, and all that kind of stuff, they were getting what they wanted. They were getting food, they were safe. They had gun, they had everything that they needed there.
Mm-hmm.
They were running the show. What were these people getting out of it? Getting berated by fucking fat discount Kansas Karen?
Yeah. There was no respect. There was no honor. There was no anything of substance with her that would suggest that someone would want to follow her. But I think that's what this is. When they do this intersectional feminism thing, they don't care about all of that. They're trying to basically force a new kind of female character in a leadership position that she would not be in. And it's basically
that's called a man.
Right. But
it's
more emotional.
They're trying to make a man's command with a woman's emotions.
Right. Makes no sense.
No, because they're trying to put a female into that position who's clearly, I mean, she wouldn't be able to run a fuck around the block. Never mind escape from a situation with the goddamn clickers.
No.
I mean, I'm not trying to be, like I said, myself, but I'm not living in 15 years deep into an apocalypse. She's been eating well.
Right.
She's been eating real well. She's been on the steak and chips.
Body positivity, Karen.
Body positivity, discount, Kansas, fat, Kansas. Body positive, fat, discount, Kansas Karen.
You're right.
Ridiculous. Absolutely laughable. As laughable as Abby saying, yes, I'm a trans ally in The Last of Us Part 2.
Ugh.
5 years ago, Jane, none of this. That we wouldn't have any of these conversations, really.
No.
5-6 years ago. Now we can't even say women are women.
No.
Without getting banned off certain social platforms. Now you can't say no. Kind of men with penises inside women's toilets. What do you mean, bigot?
Bigot.
So this is why this feels like The Last of Us Part 2, Part 1. Because it's written as if Cuckers wrote The Last of Us Part 2.
Right.
With all its extra victimizations and all its intersectionality and all its ridiculousness of what would not transpire in an apocalypse.
Emasculating all of the males.
Yeah.
You're all weak in their world.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I was just like, wait a minute. I'm actually trying to think of a strong, positive male figure. Not this show.
No.
Not this show.
It's sad because it's so good in the story, like in the game version of the story.
I know.
They really shortchanged the audience. There was so much good action that we missed. So much good character development.
As soon as I saw her in the trailer, and then they went, yes, we've introduced some new characters to flesh out the story. I was just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show is just not doing it for me at all.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say?
I still think all in all, this was their better episode. I gave them extra points for the street fight scene and the ending.
But
so it bumped them up for me.
With the street fight, at least something fucking happened.
Yeah.
And barely anything's happened in this fucking monotonous show.
No.
And I did like I said, I did like the death of Sam and Henry.
Yeah.
Because that was as close as we'll get to the game.
The game still did it better, even that.
Even though, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like,
but I was just like, Henry's got to kill himself. He's got to.
yeah.
But I was so worried for a minute that he wouldn't, and Joe would kill him. I'd be like, but other than that, like, you know, they had little bits which could have been good, like when they're in the playroom
Mm-hmm.
and they were okay. They were okay, but it's just like I just saw them as extra flesh out victimhood for Sam.
Yeah. I just
They did them dirty.
I put next to that representation. I think that was all about having being able to say they have a deaf character for some reason.
I think it's an ECG plant.
Yeah.
An ECG plant's go, look, we got a disabled character. We've got we got gay characters.
Yeah.
We got members of the LGBTQIA 61942A to the power of 7 community characters.
And each one gets one episode. Check that box. Move on.
Yeah, well, we've still got Ellie's story to come.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
And we've still got the communists to come.
I don't know.
Tommy and the communists.
How is that gonna work? Oh no.
Yeah, this bores the shit out of me. What would you give this out of 10?
I gave this one a 5 out of 10.
I would give this a I give it a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, the show still looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very believable universe. Special effects are excellent. And I feel as if they've got some really good actors who are just being held back by cuckers, trans, gay, body positive utopias, which are scattered around the place.
Right.
So that the characters can't really be characters.
No, they come across very one-dimensional because they're taking away from them everything that makes them human and prioritizing their features instead.
Yeah, all their disabilities.
Yeah.
Because when if you get rid of Sam's deafness in this episode, you just have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, Henry probably early 20s, but essentially 2 kids.
Compared to Joel, yeah.
2 kids that complete out their depth. And they just want to be safe and with and protect each other.
Right.
But no, we had to get ESG score. I just feel the show is complete award bait.
Oh, it is. They were talking about that, how they, especially the episode 3, I guess it was, where they were expecting the
Bill's Big Gay Adventure.
Yeah.
I think that's the title of the episode.
Yeah.
Bill and Frank's Big Gay Adventure.
Right.
Yeah, but this one felt the same as well. It felt like and the award for most over-emotional ESG driven character is, oh my god, it's Sam from The Last of Us. Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like they're making a show for people. I know the viewing figures are doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what happens when you churn this shit out to normies.
Yeah.
That don't know the source material.
But at this point too, it's not even, I feel like it's not even just that. Like I tried to judge this episode absent thinking about the source material, and it still didn't hold up to me the way it should have. You know, it was still incredibly slow for no particular reason in the beginning. And you still underdevelop these characters and you underdevelop their relationship. And it was supposed to be about that. Look, you why not spend more time with them and Joel? and Ellie. Like, that's the whole point, I thought, of this episode.
I thought they were actually going to live through to the next episode.
At least.
But, and then they were going to do their story in the next episode. But to kind of wrap it all up in this one,
right?
It literally feels like flavor of the month characters.
That's it. That's what they've reduced them to.
And I'm just like, hey, this is just a crazy idea. But you fancy doing any development with Joel and Ellie? No. Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
They're just a platform to use to get these other characters on there, get their box list checked, and move on to the next one.
I'm so bored. Right, well, there you go. Last of Us episode 5, Cure for Insomnia for me. Join us next week when I will probably no doubt be bitching against the show, which I think is exceedingly mid, but people want to defend for some reason. Until then, take care. See you next week. Bye for now.
Bye.